The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. If you want to be happy, be. It is amazing how complete is the delusion that beauty is goodness. An arrogant person considers himself perfect. This is the chief harm of arrogance. It interferes with a person's main task in life, becoming a better person. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. Music is the shorthand of emotion. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. There is no greatness where there is no simplicity, goodness, and truth. True life is lived when tiny changes occur. One of the first conditions of happiness is that the link between man and nature shall not be broken. Truth, like gold, is to be obtained not by its growth, but by washing away from it all that is not gold. Art is not a handicraft, it is the transmission of feeling the artist has experienced. All happy families resemble one another. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. The chief difference between words and deeds is that words are always intended for men for their approbation, but deeds can be done only for God. Joy can only be real if people look upon their life as a service and have a definite object in life outside themselves and their personal happiness. In the name of God, stop a moment, cease your work, look around you. We lost because we told ourselves we lost. Without knowing what I am and why I am here, life is impossible. Government is an association of men who do violence to the rest of us. Don't marry until you can tell yourself that you've done all you could, and until you've stopped loving the woman you've chosen, until you see her clearly, otherwise you'll be cruelly and irremediably mistaken. Marry when you're old and good for nothing. Boredom, the desire for desires. Even in the valley of the shadow of death, 2 and 2 do not make 6. If so many men, so many minds, certainly so many hearts, so many kinds of love. Everything that I understand only because I love. War is so unjust and ugly that all who wage it must try to stifle the voice of conscience within themselves. He never chooses an opinion, he just wears whatever happens to be in style. All violence consists in some people forcing others, under threat of suffering or death, to do what they do not want to do. Historians are like deaf people who go on answering questions that no one has asked them. Man lives consciously for himself, but is an unconscious instrument in the attainment of the historic, universal aims of humanity. Faith is the sense of life, that sense by virtue of which man does not destroy himself, but continues to live on. It is the force whereby we live. We must not only cease our present desire, for the growth of the state, but we must desire its decrease, its weakening. The greater the state, the more wrong and cruel its patriotism, and the greater is the sum of suffering upon which its power is founded. Our body is a machine for living. It is organized for that, it is its nature. Let life go on in it unhindered, and let it defend itself. A man can live, and be healthy, without killing animals for food. Therefore, if he eats meat, he participates in taking animal life, merely for the sake of his appetite. And all people live, not by reason of any care they have for themselves, but by the love for them that is in other people.